conclude our weekend of champions with what may be, on paper, our best matchup of the entire weekend. It's the 5A Baseball Championship between Valley View and Little Rock Christian. Good evening. Great to have you along with us on a Saturday night. Kyle Deckelbaum and Kevin Bohannon with you. If you're a high school sports fan around the state, Kevin, you're watching this one tonight.
Absolutely, Kyle. You got the #1 team and #2 team in Class 5A. Valley View comes in with a 29-4 record. Little Rock Christian 30-3. These two teams played each other on April 21st. Both teams did not throw their ace at that time. So
yeah. Valley View won one of the 3 losses for Little Rock Christian. It's safe to say, Kevin, there may be more talent on this field tonight than any 6A game in recent memory.
That's exactly right. You got 9 commits between the both teams: Arkansas, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Louisiana Tech. They just go on and on. Power 5, a lot of talent tonight.
It is going to be a lot of fun. You see these two teams getting ready minutes away from first pitch. Let's show you how they got here. Let's start with the visiting Valley View Blazers out of Jonesboro. 29-4 on the year. They began with a 13-3 win over Mountain Home. They were down 3-0 in that game. Then a 1-0 win over Benton, a 6-2 win over Maumelle to advance to the championship to face Little Rock Christian. And talking about all that talent for Valley View, certainly it starts with Slade Caldwell, who may be the best all-around player in the state, certainly the brightest pro potential.
That's right. When you talk about 5 tools, Slade has them. He's been their #2 pitcher as well this year, but .518 batting average. He's getting on base every 2 out of 3 plate appearances. .661 his slugging percentage, .988, 40 stolen bases, Kyle. #1 in the state out of 43 attempts.
Absurd statistics. He's committed to Ole Miss. There's a very good chance he never puts on a Rebels uniform when you think about how high he may go a year from now in the MLB draft. Meantime, for Little Rock Christian, take a look at how they got here. Their recap. And beginning up there with a 3-2 win over Lakeside, they had to rally and walk off to win that game. Narrow win over Greene County Tech, and then beating Arkansas High School 12-4, a blowout to advance in the semifinals to take on Valley View. A lot of guys we could feature in this strong Warriors lineup. We're going to talk about Cade Bowman, who sets the table.
Yeah, Cade. Older brother Reed Bowman is the starting shortstop for UCA, but Cade is blazing his own path. He's hitting .498 this year, Kyle, and 15 extra base hits, 42 runs scored out of that leadoff position, and he's got 15 stolen bases, and he plays a smooth shortstop.
Yeah, other than that, what does he do? 3rd state title appearance for Little Rock Christian. They have never won a state championship, which is rather surprising. They did appear in this game in 06 and 13 previously. Meantime, for Valley View, it is their 3rd straight state title game appearance. They won it all back in 2021. Let's step aside, come back, and set up what should be a fantastic matchup on a Saturday night in Conway. This is the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
What is it you're looking for this time?
The answer to a riddle.
So close to cracking the case.
It's very Agatha Christie.
This is just beginning.
And then we can see it operate. And she has a surprise, of course. There it comes.
$10,000. Are you serious?
I am serious.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
Your investment in this PBS station brings Antiques Roadshow into your home each week. Thanks for making it possible.
We cannot ask for a prettier Saturday night than this here in Conway at Bear Stadium. UCA's been a great host. They've provided some great weather. Look at this, 74 degrees. Sunset about an hour, 5 minutes from now. Kevin, you and I were down there on the turf a little bit earlier. It just feels spectacular down there. This is ideal as it gets. The wind, by the way, not a ton of it, but it's coming in from center field, and this ballpark's going to play pretty big tonight.
That's exactly right. And we talked about it earlier. Kevin Morris for Rivercrest got a hold to the one in the right center gap, and it just died out there. So If you're going to get one out of the park tonight, it's going to have to be down the lines, Kyle.
Well, the top 2 teams in 5A. For what was a competitive tournament, these 2 teams are just so evenly matched as you see the coaches meeting there. Both teams have 4 or 5 arms. They could play a weekend series. I think we wish we could see that, just how deep these 2 teams are.
Yeah, and I know both coaches have advocated for that, just run out arm after arm. Eli Crecilius will, of course, start for Valley View tonight, and then Reese Torini will counter for Little Rock Christian. But if both of those do not have their A game tonight, you got plenty of guys that can take the bump and do their job.
And you see Little Rock Christian taking the field. Valley View will be the away team in this one. And you see on the mound there for Little Rock Christian, their starter, Reese Torini.
Yeah, Reese comes in 11-0 in the season, 101 strikeouts, only 15 walks. Kyle, listen to this. His ERA, 0.64 on the season.
There are a lot of absurd numbers in this game. 0.64 is tops among them. Just a strikeout machine. 16 strikeout performance against Jacksonville a couple weeks ago. Possible pitcher of the year in 5A. Let's take a look at the batting lineup that he'll face for the Blazers. It'll be Gartman leading things off, the shortstop, followed by, as we mentioned, Slade Caldwell. He's going to be in the 2-hole. It's Owen Roach in right, Lawson Ward, the catcher, batting cleanup. Keaton Mathis at first. Tyler Hoskins batting 6th. He's a designated hitter. Kason Becker batting 7th. Noah Ragsdale at 2nd. And Jade Taylor, the left fielder, bats 9th. There is Valley View coach Josh Allison. He has talked about how hard it is to win it all. They won it all back in 2021. They're making their 3rd straight appearance. They lost last year to Harrison in 4A. 3 state championships for the program. 08, 09, and 2021 for the Blazers. 2nd Northeast Arkansas team to play on this final day of the weekend of champions. And there is Little Rock Christian coach Brandon Eller, his team 30-3, 14-0 in the 5A Central. In fact, both these teams 14-0 in their conference.
That's exactly right. And of course, these 2 coaches, their paths have crossed. The first 2 years of Coach Josh Allison, Brandon Eller was on the staff.
Yeah, they have a very close connection. As this game gets underway, it's 7:08 on a Saturday night at UCA. This should be a lot of fun. Torini delivering to Gartman, and it's 1-1.
One thing you'll notice out of Reese Torini, he works exclusively out of the stretch, so when runners get on base, it's nothing new to him.
350 batting average for Gartman. Gets a hold of this one, sends it into right field. Kircher moving over, it's into foul territory. .437 on base percentage. A team high 5 home runs. In fact, Gartman has 5 of Valley View's 9 home runs this season.
Gartman's been relied upon as a shortstop this season. He's played really smooth up the middle. Coach Josh Allison had some really great things to say about him. First year as a starter as well.
Fouls this one away. You know, the other thing you notice when you're down on the field, the size of some of these players. I mean, they look like sometimes you can just tell how many college prospects there are in a game.
Yeah, Charlie Carter, the catcher for Little Rock Christian, 6'2", 200. Jackson Kircher, 6'3", 215.
Just missing the outside part of the zone.
Really good 1-2 pitch right there. The one thing about Torini, he doesn't have the sharp break as Cade Smith or Steele Eves, but it's a really good pitch.
Love the uniforms in this one too. The clean navy blue and white for Little Rock Christian. That Brewers gold for Valley View. Two-two, swing and a miss. And this game begins with a strikeout by Torini. Let's take a look at the defensive alignment behind Torini for Little Rock Christian. And in the outfield for the Warriors, Collins, Gross, and Kircher left to right. Engskov, Bowman, Kaufman, and Smith around the infield, and Carter catching Torini. Here's Slade Caldwell, center fielder. Perhaps the best all-around player in the state, and that one is caught it short. Boy, nice job by Bowman to get out there, show some range to make the catch.
Really good read right there by Bowman. We talked about his defensive prowess in our pregame. You saw the break that he had on the ball.
Now batting right fielder Owen Roach.
See his first 2 steps, and that's a tough ball to get to because it has so much English on it. The spin going away from him, did a really good job to get to it.
Here's Owen Roach, the right fielder. Yeah, that's a sign of a prospect when you can hit anywhere in the zone.
Absolutely. And just for him to get the barrel to that ball because it was down and into him, it was a great job, but Bowman made a great play.
Roach, the right fielder, is a freshman. Great tourney so far. He started 6 for 6 with 4 doubles. He is hitting .346 this season with a .423 on base percentage, 21 RBI, 7 doubles on the year. Two fouled away.
Reese Torini is in the zone right now, Kyle. You can see him spotting up the 0-2 pitch to Caldwell right there, or in the first at bat to Gartman, right on that outside corner. He's going to go away, away, away. May bust you in on the righties, but he's going to stay out there.
Up the middle, sliding attempt at it, and it's going to be a base hit.
Just missed the location there. You can see catcher Charlie Carter was calling for the ball down in the dirt. Caught too much of the plate right there and got the first base runner of the game in Owen Roach.
Now batting catcher Lawson Ward.
So here's Lawson Ward, the cleanup hitter. The catcher, .427 batting average. He leads the team in RBI with 37. He is a future Razorback.
That's right. He's gonna catch at the University of Arkansas, but he's got some presence on the mound too.
Big cut. Steal attempt. Throw down in time. They got Roach attempting to go to second, and that'll end the inning. We head to the bottom of the first. Here comes Little Rock Christian on the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports. Good look at it.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
Bought it because I loved it.
Find out if Leslie loves it too next time on Antiques Roadshow from Little Rock, Arkansas.
At a time when America has become increasingly divided, it's important to consider the things that connect us.
His vision is broader than the American Revolution.
The things that he spoke of, that he wrote about, had a certain amount of power.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
Let me take you for a ride on the baseline.
Let's go! Here come the 30-3 Little Rock Christian Warriors attempting to win their first state championship. Take a look at their lineup for Little Rock Christian here in Conway. It'll be Cade Bowman to lead things off, followed by Jackson Kircher. Charlie Carter, the catcher, bats third. Tate Collins, the left fielder, is the cleanup hitter. Reese Torini, the pitcher, bats fifth, followed by Harrison Engscove, Clay Smith, Nate Gross, and Will Kaufman, the second baseman, bats ninth. They will face a pretty talented pitcher there, Eli Cresilius. An 8-1 record, 55 2/3 innings pitched, 88 strikeouts, and a 1.89 ERA.
Yeah, Cresilius had to come in relief in round one against Mountain Home. Slade Caldwell started, had a rough first inning, but Cresilius came in and shut him out for the remaining 4 1/3 innings. Really good 3-pitch mix, really deep 12-6 curveball. Velocity won't mow you down, but he'll be 86, 88, really good changeup, and he throws a lot of strikes.
He's a junior, but it's his second start in a state title game.
That's right. He started last year as a sophomore, so no moment too big for the junior that's committed to Louisiana Monroe.
Future Warhawk and Little Rock Christian coach Brandon Eller said, listen, all their guys fill up the zone, which is the key in high school baseball, and Crecilius probably tops in terms of throwing strikes.
Yeah, he struck out 88 batters in a little over 55 innings, so you're averaging, you know, right about 1.5 an inning right there, so that's pretty good, Kyle.
Mentioned these two teams did play back on April 14th. Valley View won 4-1. This is the one that counts. First pitch is high to Cade Bowman.
You were talking about the sheer size of these players out here and the college prospect, pro prospects of them. Lawson Ward and Charlie Carter are two of the biggest but most athletic, best defensive catchers in the state.
Bowman's one of the real tough outs in 5A. He gets on base. He does exactly as a leadoff man should.
That's exactly right. He's hitting .495, but the on-base percentage is close to .600.
As if a nearly .500 batting average is something to scoff at.
That's right.
And he mentioned his older brother Reed plays shortstop on this very field for the Bears. .3-0 pitch. Gets it down the middle.
And one thing you'll notice about both catchers, they will get strikes for their pitchers. They're really good at receiving, real soft hands back there.
It'll be a 5-pitch walk to lead things off for Little Rock Christian. And so now Jackson Kircher, the right fielder, a future Oklahoma Sooner.
Yeah, Jackson committed 2 weeks ago after an outing against Maumelle for the 5A Central title. Came in to close out that first game. He was 91 to 93, Kyle.
We're talking about the size. Look at the size. A big cut. High motor guy, .440 batting average, 7 doubles, 6 triples.
Yeah, for his size, 6'3", he can really run. And that doubleheader sweep against Maumelle, he had 3 triples, including 2 in the first game in a 12-2 win.
Gets a hold of this one into right center. Caldwell and Roach. It's Caldwell making the running catch. He'll throw it in quickly to hold the runner at first. Boy, got a hold of that one. That's hard to do on this day in the ballpark.
No one else could have made that catch in Arkansas but Slade Caldwell right there. Great angle, great speed. That would have been a triple against anybody else.
My goodness. Let's talk about, you see Caldwell in center there. Let's talk about the defense. That's pretty impressive catch. Taylor and Roach in the outfield as well. Becker, Gartman, Ragsdale, and Mathis around the infield. Ward catching Crecilius. Here's Charlie Carter, the catcher. Really starts with Carter for this Warriors team. He's a 4-year starter. He's going to Oklahoma State, so you've got a Sooner and a Cowboy, 2-3 in the lineup for the Warriors.
Yeah, and Charlie Carter committed to Oklahoma State right after his freshman season. Had a really good year, really good summer after his freshman year. Really caught the eye of Roland Fanning, who is now at Austin Peay as the head coach. But Josh Holliday absolutely loves him, and they're expecting him to come in and challenge right away for innings back there behind the plate.
Brandon Eller, Little Rock Christian coach, says he is never too high, never too low. He's like an on-field coach, very mature. You've talked about it as that one bounces and gets away, and Kircher advances to second. They're a strong team up the middle, and that is so key in baseball. But when you start with a great catcher, pitcher, center fielder.
Yeah, you got 3 seniors right there and a junior. Gross in center field's a senior, been out there, and he's their number 2 pitcher. But you've got Bowman at shortstop, who's a 2-year starter or 3-year starter now, and then Carter and Torini as the battery. That's how you win state championships, with the middle like that.
The pitch.
Mislocation, but good pitch. Turned out to be effectively wild right there. Wasn't too wild, just a little off right there, but really good inside pitch for Crecilius.
1-2 now to Carter. Deep, but it's going to stay in the ballpark and be caught by Caldwell. Tagging and advancing for third is Kircher, and he slides in there safely. And so the Warriors with a runner at third and 2 down.
A special thank you to the Conway Chamber of Commerce for helping us organize and set up the event and broadcast. The Conway Chamber of Commerce, serving the Conway area business community since 1891. For more information, visit conwaychamber.org.
So many folks to thank, and you see the beautiful shot of the sun there. This is Tate Collins who fouls it back.
Tate Collins got the start in the semifinal game against Arkansas High. He's been relied upon as their closer this year, and talk about size. He's 6'2", can pound the zone, but he's been a really good hitter for the Warriors this year.
.326 batting average, 27 runs, 25 RBI.
You got to give it to Crecilius. He is pounding the zone and challenging these Warrior hitters so far.
Tough lineup to face for both these pitchers. Into right field, it's going to fall. That'll allow Kate Bowman to score from third, and our first run of the game goes to the Warriors.
Really good two-strike hitting right there by Collins, just inside out of that ball, right where in no man's land, right in short right field.
So Little Rock Christian strikes first, and that leadoff walk comes back to bite Crecilius.
We see that all too often, Kyle, and we've said it the last couple of ball games all weekend. Free passes come around the score more times than not.
Here's Reese Torini, the pitcher. First pitch swinging. And it's caught in foul territory. Little Rock Christian strikes first. They lead 1-0 through 1. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Can you see her greatness? When you attend her games, when you cheer her on, or when you participate in any way, you support your community and make it better, and you will see her greatness. Join us as we pledge to increase the visibility of women's sports in our communities. It makes a difference when we all are involved. At Everett Buick GMC, we proudly support our local female athletes and encourage you to do the same. See her greatness.
Arkansas, what's in your attic? Find out what your heirlooms, antiques, and collectibles are worth. Join us for the filming of a brand new show, Arkansas Treasures. This special event happens at the Arkansas PBS Studios in Conway on August 5th and 6th. Tickets will go quickly, so guarantee your spot by calling or visiting our website. If your item and story are selected for filming, you may end up on our show. Your treasure may be worth more than you know.
1, 2, 3, turn up! Whoa. It's going up in here! Let's go!
At Wendy's, we're focused on what matters. That's why we've made our hamburgers square. When you want to experience the delicious taste of Wendy's hamburgers, square's the beef.
So we saw Valley View and their speed in that top of the first. It's a team that set a record for stolen bases just a year ago. They're doing the same this year, and with 2 outs, they didn't hesitate to run.
Yeah, you saw Slade Caldwell's his speed in center field. I think the number was 238 last year, if I'm not mistaken. But this is where you get the force versus object collision right here, because Little Rock Christian has only allowed 25 stolen bases in 33 ball games.
So Lawson Ward was at bat when Roach attempted to steal second and was tagged out to end the inning. Ward, as we mentioned, a Razorback commit, .427 batting average, just one of the best pure catchers in the state. This one's out to short. Bowman calls everyone off. Out number 1.
Reese Torini doing a really good job of staying on that outer third of the plate. Valley View's going to have to make some adjustments because they keep trying to pull everything right now, especially the right-handed hitters. They keep trying to do this. It's going to be a long night for them because Reese Torini's going to stay on that outer third and make them go the other way.
So Razorback commit followed by Razorback commit. This is a freshman, Keaton Mathis.
Coach Josh Allison talked about no moment being too big for these young Valley View Blazers. Mathis, a freshman, got the start against Little Rock Christian the first time on April 14th.
Yeah, his last 3 starts, Little Rock Christian, Rogers in the semifinals.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, it's worth mentioning, this is a Valley View team that had a 20-game win streak before deciding, why not? Let's go across the state and play the best team at the highest classification in the state, Rogers.
That's right. Rogers was ranked number 1 in 6A at the time, and Coach Allison said, yeah, we'll come play you. Just get us another game on Saturday. We just don't want to come play one game. So they played Bentonville, who was a state finalist in 6A, on Saturday.
Yeah, to lose to Rogers, they did beat Bentonville.
That's right. They beat them 10-7 on that Saturday.
What does that do for a team, though, when you go across the state and certainly gain some confidence when you beat a team like Bentonville?
That's exactly right. And they've played Bryant. They played Magnolia Heights, who's a powerhouse out of Mississippi. That's been their attitude all season.
Mathis fouls it away.
You can see Keaton Mathis, really good plate discipline up there, really good 2-strike approach, fouling everything off. He's likely to be a pitcher at the University of Arkansas. Still some things to be determined.
Swinging on the high pitch. And the shortstop Bowman calls everyone off once again for out number 2. Take a look at our umpires in this game. Perfect weather for them to be out there too. Not too hot for John Duncan calling balls and strikes. Robbie Guard first, and Kelly Roach over at third.
And Kelly Roach out of the River Valley, got to call with him in the 4A state tournament in 2019. Really good official. And then John Duncan is a AAA mainstay. He's been around for a while out of the Hot Springs area. Great crew tonight for the 5A title game.
This is the DH, Tyler Hoskins. Oh, big cut.
Hoskins, big, physical, 6'2", 200. He's going to Crowder next year as a pitcher. Torini challenging him right here. Center cut. Come get it, big boy. Big hack by Hoskins.
Feels like everybody can pitch on this Blazers team. Yeah. I mean, Valley View coach John Allison called Hoskins maybe more unhittable than anyone else on the team when it's going right.
Yeah, he's got a really funky windup and delivery. It kind of looks like Hideo Nomo. It's all arms and knees coming at you.
Slices this to second. And 6 straight retired to begin this game by Torini. We head to the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Little Rock Christian. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships at Arkansas PBS Sports.
The countdown to fun starts in 3, 2, 1. Voila! Hold on to your hats, friends! Blueberry's Clubhouse coming back this summer.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks. By remembering that you come first. By empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charity, education, and exceptional service. Because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
We never gonna stop.
The Children's Clinic of Conway and Greenbrier is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports. The Children's Clinic of Conway and Greenbrier, serving Conway and surrounding areas, with locations at 2505 College Avenue in Conway and 10 Lois Lane in Greenbrier.
Glad we cut away there. I was worried for a second that trash can was going to get tipped over. 1-0 Little Rock Christian lead. Harrison Engskove to lead things off, the third baseman for the Warriors. He is the son, by the way, of former Razorback John Engskove, the guard from Berryville, you may remember from that '94 championship team, a reserve on that team. He's had family play at Little Rock Christian and PA.
Yeah. His older brother Patrick, of course, was All-Arkansas second team last year for Scorebook Live as a utility player. Patrick's playing at OU right now, had some quality time as a freshman.
Two-one pitch from Crecilius. Hard down the left field line and foul. So Crecilius had that leadoff walk that came back to bite him, but did escape the inning, allowing just one. Sweeping curveball there, just missing.
Yeah, really good 12-6 action, kind of backed up on him a little bit. Just missed off the inside part of the plate. Take another look at this. That kind of maybe surprised the umpire a little bit back there.
Well, full count here. It's inside, and for the second straight inning, leadoff walk. That'll bring up Clay Smith, the first baseman.
Batting first baseman Clay Smith.
Smith's been playing really well down the stretch. Talked to Coach Brandon Eller, and you know, sometimes with a team full of stars like both of these teams, you need those role players that really come through and shine at certain times when their stars are having off games. Clay Smith's been one of those.
Crecilius 8-1, 55 2/3 innings pitch coming into this game, 1.89 ERA. Junior starting his second title game, lands that curveball in there.
Really good job by Lawson Ward behind the plate, getting his thumb up under that pitch. Good 12-6 curveball right at the knees.
Good block there from Ward.
I'm surprised they didn't really check on that one. It could have checked the swing. They said he didn't go. Yeah, he held back right there. But as you said, Kyle, really good. We get another look at it right here. Good job by Smith to hold back. Great block by Ward behind the plate.
Well, you know, for Little Rock Christian, Coach Brandon Eller said he knew his team had a chance to win a state championship, but you never know how it's going to happen. His 21 and 2022 teams lost in the first round after winning their conference. As Smith swings through that first strikeout for Crecilius.
Yeah, I was talking to really good pitch right here, up in the zone. Crecilius attacking right there. It seems like really odd seeing him walk the leadoff hitter in both innings, something he hasn't done this season yet.
Something different about this Little Rock Christian team is the lefty Nate Gross steps into the batter's box. Chops this one softly up the first base line, soft toss to first, 2 down.
Really good job by Crecilius to fill his position right there. That's a tough swing and bunt basically in no man's land, but we call it PFPs, pitcher fielding practice. That's what they work on every day. Coach Matt Snyder.
Here's Will Kaufman, the 9-hole hitter at second, as you see this play again. You had to think for Little Rock Christian, so they're down to Lakeside.
Yeah.
They had to be thinking, well, here we go again. Could we possibly win our conference for a third straight season and lose in the first round of the playoffs for the third straight season? But they rally, they walked off to beat the Rams. Got the monkey off their back to get to this game. 6-3 on the putout, and we head to the third. 1-0, Little Rock Christian. You're watching the Centennial Bank Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car, to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
I know your grandfather will never consent to me.
Is it not perfectly dreadful, Harriet, to learn that our niece's honour is now certainly lost?
Fearfully romantic, though.
Elizabeth?
She's missing and I'm worried sick.
Mum.
You don't believe me?
You've got to stop all this nonsense. The world-famous thief.
Father Brown's friend and nemesis is in trouble.
Flambeau is now a killer. For once, I'm innocent.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports. For those in the community looking for meal options after the game, Raising Cane's is known for their hand-battered chicken fingers and special sauce. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Great to have you with us here on a Saturday night at Bear Stadium in Conway. Kyle Deckelbaum, Kevin Bohannon, and our Arkansas PBS Sports crew. As Kason Becker, the third baseman, fouls that one away. Reese Torini, the Christian pitcher so far, has retired the Blazers in order to begin this game.
Kason Becker, another one of those young Blazers. He's a sophomore this year. He's got an older brother, Grayson Becker, who pitched and played infield for the Blazers last year, is at Arkansas State right now.
Staying alive. Talked about a little bit in that first game, but boy, the Northeast Arkansas flavor to today, the talent from that part of the state.
It's just not Jonesboro anymore. It's Jonesboro in the outside areas, Gosnell, Valley View.
Chopper to third. It's going to be a tough play across the diamond, not in time. Oh, he got him! Excellent play.
What a play by Harrison Inkskove there. Really good angle and attack to the ball. Didn't have to throw across his body too much, and a great scoop right there by Clay Smith.
Look at this throw from Inkskove.
Oh, that's about as close as you can get.
Boy, to the naked eye, thought he was safe. That is close.
The bounce did it. The bounce does it to you.
Swing and miss from Noah Ragsdale, the second baseman.
A tough ground ball right there. It's just take a look at the UCA skyline right there, Kyle. It's a beautiful day for baseball. Get that twilight setting in right there.
We have seen, by the way, this can be the tough time to make a catch. We saw it last night.
You get there about 30 minutes prior to the sun setting, and it gets kind of tough. If the ball gets above the lights, that's when it's tough for those outfielders to see the ball coming down.
Sweeping curveball. How about that? Strikeout number 2 from Torini.
That's the depth that Torini wants to see on his breaking pitch. You saw it a little earlier in the game as he was going against the top part of the Valley View lineup. That one right there had really good snap at the end of it. Really good top spin on it.
So now the 9-hole hitter, Jade Taylor, the left fielder. Coach Allison talked about just how well he does on reads.
Yes, that, you know, you don't have to be a Blazer, pun intended, to play in the outfield. If you make good angles and good reads on the ball, you can play an effective outfield and be good at this level and the next. Really good location. Charlie Carter set up on the inside right there. Torini painted black.
He's on some kind of fire right now. Chopper right back to him. He can take his time and throw to first. And it's 9 up, 9 down for the Blazers to begin this one. And a 1-0 Warriors lead. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
People would come from miles around to come to 9th Street just to see what it was like.
I'm saying this was the mecca of entertainment in the South.
I'm gonna blow the roof off of this sucker.
We thought we was on top of the world, man.
Download the PBS video app or watch online.
Can you see her greatness? When you attend her games, when you cheer her on, or when you participate in any way, you support your community and make it better, and you will see her greatness. Join us as we pledge to increase the visibility of women's sports in our communities. It makes a difference when we all are involved. At Everett Buick GMC, we proudly support our local female athletes and encourage you to do the same. See her greatness.
Our Arkansas PBS Student All-Star is Connor Taylor, senior first baseman for Marion High School, a 3.9 GPA, and he is playing baseball at Lyon College. Cade Bowman lead things off here, the leadoff hitter for Little Rock Christian. He has the only run in this game. He walked in his first at-bat and wound up scoring. I weren't sure what kind of, these two teams are so similar. Sometimes you have a sense of a pitcher's duel, a great offense. I wasn't really sure what kind of game we would see because they're so similar.
Yeah, exactly. And both pitchers filling up the zone. And Cornelius wanted that the 1-0 pitch right there that was on the inside corner. Looked like it was right at the belt. Didn't quite get it. So now you're at a 3-0 count again for the leadoff hitter for the third straight inning where he could get on base.
Down the middle.
Ward kind of held it there a little bit longer. Then let him get a good look at it.
Loads the count. Yeah, he'll afford, if you're Cornelius, to walk a batter for 3 straight innings to lead off the inning.
Yeah. Usually you can do that. Against Little Rock Christian, they may make you pay. Bowman kicking himself right there. That was ball 4. He knows it too.
It's going to ring him up.
We talked about it earlier. Kyle Lawson Ward doing a great job getting the thumb under right here, as you can see on the replay. Curveball at the bottom of the zone. Comes right in about waist high. Breaks at the knees.
Pulls it up.
Yeah, as they say, it's where it crosses the plate in the strike zone, not where it lands.
Strikeout number 2 for Cornelius. And now Kircher softly to second, throw to first in time, out number 2.
A little cue ball action right there by Kircher, who hit the drive to center field that Caldwell ran down in the first inning. That time just a little early on that one.
Here's Charlie Carter, the catcher. He got a hold of one in the first, but he hit it to the wrong guy. Caldwell was able to track that one down.
Yeah, the plays that Slade Caldwell made in the first inning were the epitome of defensive baseball, how you play outfield.
Carter, a .361 batting average, 7 doubles, 5 home runs, 35 RBI. A 4-year starter. Lines this directly to short and caught by Gartman. First 3 up, 3 down inning for the Warriors. And it is 1-0 Little Rock Christian. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first, by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charities, education, and exceptional service. because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Not a bad investment.
That's like a 6,900% increase.
Now that's money well spent.
Excellent.
Not a bad investment.
Your investment in this PBS station brings Antiques Roadshow into your home each week.
That's a good investment.
Call, text, or go online to give now.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Papa's got a brand new bag, I'll tell you what.
Let me take you for a ride on the baseline.
Let's go! Moorhart Field Services providing precise, original ground drone topography, serving the Midwest and Southern U.S. 24-hour delivery, survey-grade accuracy. Visit moorhartfieldservices.com for more details.
One of the fun parts about the state championships, those great signs that make the trips to Little Rock Christian. Short 25-30-minute trip up the road here to Conway. It's a 1-0 Little Rock Christian lead to the top of the fourth, and Reese Torini has been some kind of efficient. He has retired the first 9 batters faced. He has just 34 pitches so far.
Yeah, let's see what kind of adjustments the Valley View lineup make the second time through right here. Torini doesn't have to make very many adjustments. He's been nailed so far.
Drew Gartman struck out to begin this game.
Almost looks like a cutter that Torini is throwing right there, because he's got the really good sharp curveball, the fastball. Haven't seen the changeup yet, but that looks more like a cutter that he threw Gartman right there.
Warriors coach Brandon Eller says Torini is a guy who just simply hates to lose.
He does.
Pitched 1 game in 2020 as a freshman. Strikeout to walk ratio wasn't great, but he has really improved from his junior year into his senior year now. He's a bulldog, he says. He wants it. Right down the middle. Got him with the fastball. 3rd strikeout, 10 straight, retired to begin this one.
Really good change of speed right here. See the off-speed pitch that we talked about. We hadn't seen the changeup. There it was. Then he pounds the fastball in. Great job by Reese Torini, changing speeds, getting Gartman out for the second time this game.
Louisiana Tech signee with an 11-0 record coming into this one. Here's Slade Caldwell. This is a professional hitter if there were one. Second time he swung in the first pitch.
Yeah, you talk about controlled violence. When this young man swings, that is the definition of controlled violence. Everything is hard, but it's art, Kyle.
.518 batting average, .661 on base percentage. That's 2 out of 3. Rifles this one. It's off the first baseman's glove. And Smith and Caldwell will be aboard.
Setback on the curveball right there. We talk about him being a professional hitter. Look at this. I mean, that was just a rod. And Smith, we thought it was going to one-hop him. He had a chance to catch that one. And honestly, I don't know if it would have mattered if Torini would have been standing on the bag or not. Caldwell would have probably still beat it out.
Yeah, we talked about his speed, 40 for 43 in stolen bases. So watch him at first. Not to mention, this is what Valley View does. Here's Owen Roach. Fouls this one away.
We saw in the first inning with Roach getting on base, they went on first movement. Charlie Carter threw him out. So
when you got a guy with 40 stolen bases and he gets aboard with a single, it's a double or a triple, no doubt.
That's exactly right. Coach Josh Allison was talking about that. You can't pitch around him because of his speed and who he has behind him in the lineup. Lawson Ward had been hitting behind him this season. Coach Allison, the tournament that Owen Roach has had so far, put him in the 3-hole right here. Still really good protection for Slade Caldwell.
0-2 pitch to Roach. Stays alive.
Really good. Usually 0-2 pitch right here is a good running situation for Slade Caldwell. Thinking they're going to throw off speed. You've been fastball, back-to-back pitches. Wouldn't be surprised if you see a pick right here.
Might be the first time all weekend we've gotten something right.
Even a squirrel finds one. I think Caldwell kind of knew it was coming too. I think he had to shorten his lead a little bit right there. That was a little bit better move. We still haven't seen Torini's best one yet.
Hey, but that's what Valley View tries to do. They try to get in your head a little bit.
Yeah.
You know that threat exists.
That's exactly right. They want to put pressure on you.
Up the middle, a base hit for Roach. He gets aboard. Caldwell with those speedy legs is headed to third. He's going to round third and stop there. The ball did get away from the center fielder Gross for a second. But with only one out, Caldwell is going to hold up at third.
Yeah, you saw the intention right there for Caldwell on the hit. He was going first to third no matter what. Really good look at it right here. Great hitting by Roach. You can see the discipline hitter. He was going third no matter what. Talked about Valley View taking advantage, putting pressure on you, taking those extra bases. It's not just about stolen bases. It's taking the extra ones right there. Great situation for Ward right here. One out, runners at second and third.
Lawson Ward leads the team in RBI with 37. So how about for Torini? You retire the first 10 batters faced, now back-to-back hits. And Valley View suddenly puts on the pressure with two in scoring position.
Yeah, and you're seeing a lot more barrels this round through as well. They're going the other way. They're making contact in the zone where it's pitched instead of trying to pull everything. Good pitch right there by Torini. Not where Carter had called for it, but it's still in the outer third of the plate, right at the knees. Didn't get the call.
One and two.
Such good deception with his fastball too, because it's got really good arm side run. It looks like it's going to start out there on the black, and it's got a good 6-8 inches of horizontal movement off the plate. And you can see the Valley View hitters have not been able to adjust yet. Torini got lucky right there. Carter had called for the ball up, and it was down. Can't make that mistake to Lawson Ward twice in a row.
Ward keeps staying alive here.
He does. Got to see Lawson Ward quite a bit last summer in action on the summer circuit. He's done a really good job. He's really transformed his body too and really muscled up quite a bit. So he's a very strong young man. Really good arm. He's 90 miles per hour from the mound, and he's a 192, 195 behind the plate, and he's popped to second base.
Skies this one, but it gets into foul territory.
You got overflow crowd over there. This is what you want for a 1 versus 2 matchup,
yeah.
Kyle.
We have had some excellent crowds all weekend.
Got
you can tell though, when we were down there and looking around now, I mean, this is a packed ballpark. This is as good as it gets on a Saturday night. Perfect weather, 1-2 matchup for the 5A championship.
Really big pressure situation right here for Torini.
Swing and a miss. Torini strikes out Ward.
Third time's the charm right there. Carter had called for the ball up 2 times previous. Calls for it a third time. He gets it in the exact location right above the belt. Great job by Torini locating his pitches.
4 strikeouts now for Torini. And a big second out, with Caldwell still lurking at third and Roach on second. And now Keaton Mathis, the first baseman. That second Razorback commit following Ward.
Charlie Carter, the first 3 years of his career as a Warrior, called most of the pitches, and I know Brandon Eller said he's still calling some of the pitches right now during the game. But he seems to have found a groove right here in the upper part of that strike zone for Torini.
Oh, he gets the inside call. Torini a strike away from getting out of this jam. Feels like a big championship, doesn't it?
It does. You can see, Torini using his breathing. That's the thing you want to do as a good pitcher, as a great pitcher. Control your breathing on the mound.
One and two now.
Goes with off speed right there. I don't know if that was the cutter or that was the changeup. You can see Carter changing locations, changing speeds right now. Don't be surprised if they go up and in right here on the fastball.
Mathis flied out to short in his first at-bat. 1-2 count here. It bounces. It gets away from Carter. Caldwell's going to slide home and tie this at 1.
That's something you don't see too much of, and they took advantage of it right there. Got a pass ball. Torini Carter's been so good all year long, blocking everything. That's why Torini knows he can throw that pitch right there. It's a different bounce on the turf, though, Kyle. You're not hitting dirt back there. You're hitting that slick grass. Looks like it was a bad kick. If we look at it again right here, Carter just didn't get around it enough on that curveball, and it bounced away from him.
Not to mention the jump there from Caldwell.
Yeah.
So 2-2 on Mathis, as the runner did advance to third, and a good block there from Carter, and that loads the count. So Roach is on third now. 2 down. He walked him. First walk of the game from Torini.
Torini's faced 5 batters this inning, and I think he's thrown about as many pitches in this inning as he has the previous 3.
Yeah, came into this one having thrown just 34.
Pitching coach coming out there to talk to Torini right now. He's bringing the infield in, talking first and third situations. We talked about this during the game earlier today. You had 3 different first and third situations. They want to make sure everybody's on the same page right here. There's a lot of different things that Valley View can do right here. You could have the first baseman, the runner on first, he could leave early, a delayed steal. I know Valley View is really notorious for that. So let's see if Valley View puts the pressure on right here to try to get that second run across.
It'll be the DH, Tyler Hoskins, a senior, committed to play at Crowder.
We talk about Crowder. They've become a powerhouse in the JUCO ranks. A lot of good Arkansas flavor on their roster this year. Houston King out of Cabot. Brett Gassman out of Joe T. Robinson.
Torini laboring a bit in this inning.
Hoskins checking his forearm pad. They got some, maybe they got something on right here.
He's gotten that call a couple times.
Yeah,
inside.
He's got that. Charlie Carter does a great job of getting around it. When I talk about getting around it, he makes sure the ball stays within his frame. Usually if you can do that, you'll get a strike from the umpire.
Base hit. 1 run's going to score, and Valley View takes the lead as the throw comes back into the infield.
Tyler Hoskins, great job inside outing that pitch into the 4-hole. Knowing that the second baseman would be covering on a stolen base attempt right there. Shoots it through the 4-hole. Great hitting by Hoskins right there.
Love the emotion there, and how about how different Valley View is seeing Torini their second time through the lineup?
Absolutely.
Now Kason Backer, the third baseman. He'll take first.
Hit him right there.
Yeah, hit batter.
Don't look now, Kyle. We got bases loaded.
There's Noah Ragsdale, the second baseman. If you're Torini, you're shaking your head. You retired the first 10 you faced. Still just an out away from getting out of this inning. Ragsdale watches strike one. He struck out in his first at-bat last inning. Swing and a miss.
Torini settling back in right here, just attacking the zone, getting back to fundamentals right here.
They got him. Strikeout number 5 to get out of a bases-loaded jam. Valley View does put 2 runs across to lead this one by 1. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
What exactly did they get wrong?
That Arkansas values our teachers.
The House and Senate thought was very disingenuous.
Arkansas Week is celebrating 40 years of public affairs programming. From news analysis to election and legislative coverage, see why Arkansas Week has become a staple for thousands of viewers every week. Tune in Fridays and Sundays and stay up to date the rest of the week by signing up for our newsletter at myarpbs.org/signup.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
1, 2, 3, turn it up! Whoa. What's going on, man? Let's go!
Griffin Leggett Funeral Home is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports, serving the Conway area, located at 1751 Dave Ward Drive in Conway. Griffin Leggett, proudly serving our communities in Central Arkansas since 1936.
Just past 8 o'clock on a Saturday night. Good to have you with us. Kyle Duckelbaum, Kevin Bohannon, and our Arkansas PBS Sports crew, and a 2-1 Valley View lead. 3 hits in the last inning to take the lead. And it'll be Tate Collins to lead things off here for Little Rock Christian. He had an RBI single in the first to score the Warriors' lone run.
3.5 innings. We're halfway through the ball game, Kyle, and this is everything we expected it to be.
Yeah, some pressure situations, excellent pitching, good hitting. These two teams, they are so similar. I mean, they're so talented. A chopper to third. Tough throw across. In time. What a job by Mathis to hang on. Nearly did the splits there for out number 1.
Yeah, great job of Mathis hanging on right there. The throw across the diamond, he had to kind of go get the ball. Look at him come get it. Great job. Kind of stretched with the wrong foot right there. Usually you want to have the right foot on the bag as you're stretching across the field. But he did a great job of keeping his left toe in the bag.
Here's the pitcher, Reese Torini.
Torini, of course, had the game-winning hit and that come from behind win against Hot Springs Lakeside in round 1. Charlie Carter had the game-tying run in the right before him.
Yeah, the hit that's fair to say changed the entire trajectory and feeling around this Little Rock Christian dugout.
Yeah, Braden Eller said he wasn't worried about it because the kids had already moved on, and that was something that, you know, he was kind of worried about, but didn't have to worry about it too long.
Ward took that off his mask, and they'll give him a second.
That's tough right there.
You want to play catcher.
Yeah, the hockey masks are very light, pal. I mean, they have good shock absorbers, good padding, but still, you know, when you have a foul tip like that off an 87-mile-per-hour fastball, that ball is going to hit you about 98, 99. You definitely feel it. I know John Duncan behind the plate, he's felt his fair share of it before.
And John was, I think, joking. I'm glad that was you and not me. 1-2 to Torini. Check swing. And he held it.
Ward saying that's my bad. Ward does a great job of showing the location where he wants Casilius to throw the ball and then can go get the ball. He just kind of wrote it out of the zone right there. That's where you wanted it right there. They were wanting that call. Casilius was kind of doing his K-strut.
Well, he walked him. One out base runner for the Warriors. And here's Harrison Engskov, who walked in his first at-bat in the second.
Yeah, 3 walks so far for Casilius. He had 1 walk in the first round against Mountain Home on 7 strikeouts.
Courtesy runner, it's going to be William Bratton.
Running in first base, number 33, William Bratton. Now batting third baseman Harrison Engskov.
Harrison, of course, came over from Pulaski Academy in the summer. Older brother Patrick is at the University of Oklahoma now, ending his freshman season. Waiting to see Little Rock Christian test Lawson Ward behind the plate. That's one thing that I was anxious to see when base runners would get on the running game of Little Rock Christian.
Skies this one, it'll stay in the infield, and the shortstop Gartman gets under it. 2 down. Yeah, I think that's a good point. I mean, now Valley View is a different level of aggressive on the base paths, but Little Rock Christian can pick their moments.
That's right. That's where the chess match comes into play. And like Brandon Eller and Josh Allison said, the situation is going to dictate itself. So that's one thing that both coaches said. This game is not hard. It's not difficult. When you have players of this caliber, every situation is going to dictate what happens next.
First pitch missing to Clay Smith, the first baseman.
Smith struck out on a high fastball last time up in the zone. We'll see if Casilius goes after him again.
These are smart hitters 1 through 9 too on both these teams.
They are. So the plate discipline is one thing that for these young kids, 15, 16, 17 years old, that's something that has to be developed, and all 18 are very disciplined at the plate. They know the strike zone. They know their limitations. That's the biggest thing. Ward motioning to Casilius, kind of coming across his body instead of staying true over the top, which Eli has done all year long, pounding the strike zone, trying to get him back in his zone here.
But just hitting the outside part of the zone. Full count. Pinch runner Bratton on first. 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th.
And Bratton will be on the move right here. 3-2 count, 2 outs.
Swing and a miss. Out number 3 in the inning. Strikeout number 3 for Casilius, who gets out of the little jam. It's a 2-1 Valley View lead through 4. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
The more time I spend in nature, I realize how fragile everything is.
Give nature a chance and it'll come right back. That's what we're asking for, is to give the right whale a chance.
The mystery ship thought Titanic would not sink. How could any ship leave a ship, especially of Titanic's size, in distress?
Only on Arkansas PBS.
Can you see her greatness? When you attend her games, when you cheer her on, or when you participate in any way, you support your community and make it better, and you will see her greatness. Join us as we pledge to increase the visibility of women's sports in our communities. It makes a difference when we all are involved. At Everett Buick GMC, we proudly support our local female athletes and encourage you to do the same. See her greatness.
We never gonna stop. We never gonna stop.
Take a look at how we got here. 2-1 Valley View lead. Little Rock Christian came out scoring the first run in this game. Tate Collins driving in Cade Bowman. It was 1-0 Christian. And Dorado had retired the first 10 batters faced until getting into a little bit of trouble there. And the Blazers pounced all over them. That's Caldwell sliding in from third to tie this one at 1. And then Valley View taking the lead on the base hit. And it's 2-1 Blazers as we head already to the top of the 5th inning.
Hey, Kyle, we expected a quick pace to this game tonight with both pitchers filling up the zone. That's been their trademark all season. 2-1 ball game.
Jade Taylor, the left fielder, swings through the first pitch.
Torini knowing he's got to get Taylor out right here, knowing that the top of the lineup is coming back up for their 3rd time through. 2nd time through the lineup, they got more barrels on the baseball than they did the first time.
They were aggressive in the batter's box, too.
Yeah, and you see it a lot of times in college baseball. If a starter can work through the lineup twice in 5 or 6 innings, that's usually when they go to the bullpen. High school baseball, you don't see it because so many starters are their own relievers because the stuff is so good, especially from Torini.
Torini with that 11-0 record. On the ground, finds the gap and gets into left field. So the 9-hole hitter Taylor gets aboard to lead things off here for the Blazers in the 5th.
That's what Valley View wants right there. Taylor getting on, flipping over the lineup for Gartman, Caldwell, and Roach. Curveball caught too much of the plate right there. Carter again wanted it down in the dirt. Caught too much of the plate, and Taylor did a great job of it. You got to think Coach Eller's thinking Valley View's feeling it right now. They're ready to go for the knockout punch, getting the runners going. So Torini's going to keep the runner close at first.
Taylor has 3 stolen bases on the year, but everybody is a green light for the Blazers. Drew Gartman, the top of the order for Valley View. Squares up to bunt, lays it down beautifully. Throw to first, in time for the out, and they advance Taylor to second.
Great bunt right there by Gartman. We talked about it earlier today, Kyle, that the turf really kills the baseball here. Gartman did a great job trying to get it up the third base line, dives right out in front of the pitcher. And Inkskov makes a good play to get the out at first. But now, that's what I was thinking. They're going to intentionally walk Caldwell to set up the 4th situation.
They don't blame him for intentionally walking a .518 hitter. Probably the best all-around player in the state.
That's exactly right.
Owen Roach, not too far different behind him. 346 is not .518, but 346.
The state tournament that Owen Roach had, the first 2 days, I believe he was 6 for 6 with 4 doubles. He was just a doubles machine. He had 4 RBIs in that 13-3 win over Mountain Home. And the freshman has really come into his own the second half of the season, according to Josh Allison.
Yeah, 4 of his 7 doubles in the postseason. Caldwell at first with those 40 stolen bases, by the way.
I'm going to be honest, if I was in Brandon Eller's shoes, I would have intentionally walked Caldwell right there too. You do not want him with runners in scoring position having any control in this game.
Caldwell, as we've mentioned, committed to Ole Miss, but the likelihood you actually see him in a college uniform is probably pretty low. On the ground, sliding attempt. That's going to be a base hit. They're going to hold the runner at third. And so 2 on. Check that, base is loaded now here in the top of the 5th with 1 away.
Yeah, when you got Jackson Kircher in right field, he's been targeted at 95 plus from the outfield, you really want to have a good jump, and that was just not deep enough to get the run home.
So it's Taylor at third, Caldwell at second, and Roach at first. And now the cleanup hitter, Lawson Ward, 0 for 2 in this game with a strikeout and a fly out to short.
I just feel like Lawson Ward is due right here.
That one's upstairs.
These long lever catchers, you know, Carter's 6'2", Ward is about 6'1". You want to really bust it in on their hands right there, and that seems to have been the game plan so far against Ward.
Ward, he's going to put this one into play out to right field. Tagging is Taylor. He's going to come home and score. And it's 3-1 Valley View.
Well, off the bat, I didn't think that was going to get out there very far, but that ball traveled a little bit.
Take a look here off the end of the bat.
Caldwell did a good job of tagging up, using his speed to get to third base. So now you got runners on the corners with 2 outs. Keaton Mathis coming up.
We know what happened the last time Caldwell was on third. No surprise, he found his way home.
Yeah, you got to think that it's got to be in the back of Trini's head. You know, he's been in situations like this before. He knows he's got one of the best catchers in the state back there that can block anything in the dirt. So he's just got to attack and use his arsenal to get Mathis out right here. Little cutter from Torini right there, running it in on the hands. 0-2 count right here. See if Valley View starts the runner at first.
Inside. Has had to battle these last couple innings. Runner goes from first, and the runner comes home. Caldwell is out at home.
That's what we've been waiting for, Kyle. You got a first and third situation. Valley View ran the leave early play. Trinity did a great job stepping off. Carter taking control of the situation, throwing home right there, and making sure to get Caldwell.
No doubt about it. They got him before he touches home plate. So the aggressiveness comes back to bite Valley View just a little bit. Still, they do tack on one more in the inning to take a 3-1 lead. You're watching the Centennial Bank Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first. by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charities, education, and exceptional service, because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
It's been a great week here at UCA. A special thank you to the University of Central Arkansas for help setting up and hosting the event and broadcast. Central Arkansas Athletics home to 19 NCAA Division I sports and over 450 student athletes who succeed both on the field and the courts as well as the classroom. Visit ucasports.com to learn more.
Well, special thank you for sure to UCA as Nate Gross leads things off here for Little Rock Christian. When we get a second, we'll take another look at how that last inning ended. Just a great job by Torini to read it. Gross on the ground. It's a base hit. And the Warriors have a runner aboard to lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So let's show you exactly how that last inning ended. And credit Torini here, Kevin. He sees Caldwell coming in from third.
That's right. You know, first and third situation, they're trying to force a balk right here. And the speed of Caldwell, they try to get him home. Torini never looked, and it's tougher with a left-handed pitcher because his back is to him at third base. He just stepped off and threw home and did not balk. Great job by Reese Torini to get the out.
Yeah, tough behind his back.
Yep.
So now Will Kaufman, the 9-hole hitter, in a 3-1 game. Pops this one up into foul territory, in front of the dugout and out of play.
Kyle, that's the third time in 4 innings that the leadoff hitters got on for Little Rock Christian.
They've stranded 2 in this game. Check that, stranded 3. Oh, 1 called strike.
Lawson Ward setting up the secondary position right there, getting ready to throw, expecting the Warriors to run right there. Of course, Gross at first base, plays center field, really good speed, 6'7", 6'8" runner.
Warriors coach Brandon Eller called Will Kaufman one of the best he's had, senior second baseman. Little Rock Christian has never won a championship. It's their first time appearing in this game since 2013.
Said Kaufman's done a great job being that second leadoff at the bottom of the lineup to flip it over for the top.
Kaufman gets a hold of this one. It's going to fall, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. Rounding third is Gross. He's going to head home and score. And into third with a triple is Kaufman. It's 3-2.
Right on cue, Will Kaufman comes up with a huge hit. The ball really kind of skipped off past Slade Caldwell in center field. He thought he was going to get to it off one bounce, and it really took off out there. Kaufman comes through the triple. You see it right here. Great job of hitting by Kaufman. Ball really took off. Had some spring in the turf out there. Nate Gross does a great job coming around from first base to score.
And now the top of the order, Cade Bowman you got to deal with. Back-to-back base hits to begin the Warriors' half of the 5th.
We've got a ball game, Kyle.
This is fun. Big cut. And we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, if you're a high school sports fan in the state, you're tuning in for this one, and so far it's lived up to the billing. Good block from Ward.
Great job back there. Coach Allison from Valley View talked about it. He said, yeah, Ward's got a strong arm, but it's how he receives and blocks. It's really getting him to the next level, and that's what caught the attention of the University of Arkansas.
Cade Bowman, a .495 hitter, gives this one a ride to left. It is deep, and it'll be caught a few feet short of the wall, but tagging and heading home is Kaufman, and we've got a tie ball game in the bottom of the 5th.
3-3, and Cade Bowman gave that ball a drive. Wind blowing in. Of course, we're not out there right now, but on the field. Ball might have gotten out of there any other night.
Thought that had a chance off the
Yeah,
bat.
I did too. I was like, uh-oh, here we go.
First pitch ball to Jackson Kircher, the right fielder. 1 for 2 in this game.
Kircher, of course, gave the ball a deep drive to center field in the first inning. They've gone back-to-back curveballs that start him off right here.
You see the dimensions here, 330 to the left and right field corners, 400 straight on. Kircher grounds it. It'll be fielded at third. The throw across to first in time. They got him.
See the speed of Kircher right there from a right-handed batter to get down the line like that for his size. No wonder the Sooners offered him a couple of weeks ago. Watch it. Got him by about half a step. Great play at third right there by Becker.
Mathis has been great at first as well. Getting that glove out there. So now the catcher, Charlie Carter, the 3-hole hitter. 361 batting average. 35 RBI. He is 0 for 2 in this game.
Ward going out to talk to Priscilla. Like, look, okay, we're tied back up. It's 0-0, bottom of the 5th, basically. Let's not do anything right here to make it 4-3.
On the ground to third. Becker across to Mathis, out number 3. Little Rock Christian, though, tacks on 2 more to tie this at 3 as we head to the 6th in Conway. You're watching the Centennial Bank Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Stream the best of PBS on any device with the PBS Video app. All your favorite drama, history, science, news, and documentaries, all in one place. Watch your PBS station live or catch up on the shows you missed. Support your PBS station and you can get Passport, giving you full seasons, early releases, special collections, and more.
Download the PBS Video app or watch online.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
ARCare is a proud sponsor of Arkansas PBS Sports. The ARCare network of medical clinics and pharmacies helps to keep you in the game playing your best. ARCare, so you can live your story.
Boy, Bear Stadium is absolutely packed tonight. It's a full house here in Conway. They're seeing a good one. It's 3-3 in the game that I think any baseball fan in the state, any high school sports fan in the state had circled, knowing this could be a good one.
Absolutely.
Number 1 and number 2.
Absolutely, Kyle. And, you know, the winner of this game has a good case to, you know, end up number 1 in overall rankings for Scorebook Live this year because of their body of work. And these are the 2 most talented teams, in my opinion, right now in the state. And of course, Lone Oak is right there. Harbor had a great run to end the year, winning 15 straight. So, you know, this is exactly what we expect. And you talk about the crowd. You could not get anybody else in this stadium. The stands are full. You got them lined up down the right field line, left field line, and, of course, the new grill patio areas out in right field and left field are packed as well.
Yeah, that perch out there, pretty good place to watch a game as well. So now Keaton Mathis is going to dig in, who was in the batter's box when Caldwell attempted to head home, and he was caught at home by Torini.
Torini caught the outside corner right there, upper part of the zone. That's where he's been living most of the night.
What a big play that is, though, in a tie ball game here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, you got to think, you know, Mathis lined out to shortstop his first at bat, then drew a walk his second at bat. You want to put it in the hands of your most talented players, and that's what Coach Allison did, thinking Caldwell might get in front of the throw. Carter did a great job of getting in front of it.
Would have been the second time in this game he stole home.
Yeah. First time, of course, did it on that pass ball to Carter. Carter going out to talk to Torini right now. Last 2 off-speed pitches have been in the dirt. Trying to get him back in the zone, get him centered here.
Carter, a guy never too high, never too low. 4-year starter, Oklahoma State signee.
Carter's one of those, speak softly and carry a big stick.
A 2-1 pitch sent into center, and it's caught by Gross.
Coach Allison mentioned in our call the other day that the difference in the first game was both teams hit the ball hard and hit it well. Little Rock Christian just hit it right at Valley View, and Valley View had a few drop in. So as we get through the 6th and 7th inning right here, which team can drop in those hits at the right time?
Here's Tyler Hoskins. Yeah, that game, by the way, back on April 14th. So Little Rock Christian coach Brandon Eller was an assistant on Valley View coach Josh Allison's first staff at Valley View. They played at A-State together. And Eller told us he actually had COVID and he missed the game. He was so excited. His brother lives there. His in-laws live there. He was so excited to see all those friends in Valley View. And he couldn't go.
Torini doing a good job of working ahead right here. Gets the first strike on Hoskins.
Torini ahead 0-2 now.
Yeah, it was funny because the other day was the first time I had heard that. And I talked to Coach Eller every week just about, and he told me the other day, he's like, I know you didn't know this, but I missed that game.
Yeah, I'm not sure he had told that to,
he did,
anybody.
You know.
Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Torini, number 6 on the day.
Torini doing a good job of spotting up, and you talked about Charlie Carter, the extension of the coaching staff, the coach on the field. After he goes out there to talk to Torini, Keaton Mathis, he gets an out and then gets 3 straight strikes to strike out Tyler Hoskins. Charlie Carter doing what he needs to get his pitcher in the zone.
Here's Casey Becker, 274 hitter, 376 on base percentage. Swing and a miss. Oh for 1 with a hit by pitch in the 4th.
Becker's older brother, Grayson Becker, played on the Valley View team last year, just completed his freshman year at Arkansas State as a pitcher.
One and 2.
I've seen Reese Torini pitch no less than 4 or 5 times this season. He just seems to get stronger as the game goes on, Kyle.
That's saying something considering he retired the first 10 he faced. Retires the side, back-to-back Ks. 7 now in the game. And we head to the bottom of the 6th of a tie ball game in Conway. You're watching the Centennial Bank Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Can you see her greatness? When you attend her games, when you cheer her on, or when you participate in any way, you support your community and make it better, and you will see her greatness. Join us as we pledge to increase the visibility of women's sports in our communities. It makes a difference when we all are involved. At Everett Buick GMC, we proudly support our local female athletes and encourage you to do the same. See her greatness.
This month in Passport on the PBS Video app.
Many of the stories told about kings and queens have been spun. Who knows where facts and fibs may take us next?
This would have been your grandfather's experience, and it's really quite dramatic.
Hell in frozen water.
The war really mattered to Elizabeth. She is growing in confidence.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS Video app.
Let me take you for a ride on the baseline.
Let's go! Fans, if you're hungry for post-game pizza, Hideaway Pizza is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports, serving Conway in the Central Arkansas area at 1170 South Amity Road in Conway.
It'll be quite the celebration for one of these two teams. Can't ask for anything more than this, right? 3-3 game, bottom of the 6th inning in the 5A championship. A packed Bear Stadium. Tate Collins, who had the RBI base hit in the first to put Little Rock Christian ahead 1-0, leads things off here in the Warriors' half of the 6th.
Collins done a really good job for the Warriors this year, hitting .326. He's got 27 runs scored and 25 RBIs, or 26 now, with that first inning RBI. He drove Bowman in. Really good looking athlete.
There are no breaks in either of these lineups. Good pitching for Cilius.
Just when you think you could let up a little bit, not a chance. Both of these pitchers are used to going the distance this season in conference play. Coach Josh Allison said Cilius was, he would go out there, complete game, and every Tuesday that was his job, go out there and get it done in conference play. And of course they did it 14 times this season.
Yeah, he called Eli and Slade Caldwell his quote-unquote weekend starters.
Yeah.
No real number one. Both are true number ones. Jess misses down low. Leadoff walk. That's the 4th walk from Cilius.
Running at first base, number 2, Connor Smith.
Looks like we got a pinch runner coming in right now for Tate Collins.
Connor Smith at first. And here's Reese Torini. The pitcher's 0 for 1 with a walk. Chance to help his own cause here. Nobody out, pinch runner Smith at first for the Warriors. This game has moved along with such a pace, you sort of have to remind yourself, if Little Rock Christian takes the lead here, suddenly Valley View's down to their last 3 outs.
That's right. Valley View, of course, last year lost to Harrison in the 4A state title game. That game went extra innings. Coach Allison's used to these type ball games late in the season.
Cilius lays it in there.
Torini kicking himself right there. He knew that ball was center cut, one that Reese usually jumps on right there. Torini handles the bat really well for, pitchers. A lot of pitchers usually hit in high school baseball, but Torini's one of those that handles the bat really well.
One and two. Committed to Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, he committed last summer after a really good junior season, and he went down there for camp. Really loved Lane Burrows and his staff. Got him in touch with Ethan Bates, who of course was at the University of Arkansas, the Hot Springs Lakeside product, who's actually a two-way player for Louisiana Tech now. He's their closer. He was on the the stopper of the year NCBWA watch list and playing a really good third base.
1-2. Grounded. This goes foul.
Torini's one that's not going to really overpower you. Like you said, he's worked 85 to 87 today, maybe top out at 88. But when he gets in college, gets on that nutrition program, gets on the weights there, he's a hard worker, and no doubt that the way he throws strikes at his rate and his pace, he'll be competing in college no time for playing time.
Upstairs, and you think about these pitchers too at this point in the game. He's had to dig deep on the mound. Well, you're trying to put out everything you got here in the batter's box.
Yeah, there's so many high pressure situations. How much does that take off these pitchers?
Lines this one to short, backhanded, throw across the diamond is in time. A good play. Gartman to Mathis for the out.
For a copy of any of the state championship games, go to mnmproductions.net to place your order. Thanks to Mason Woolbright and staff for a phenomenal job in the state tournament.
Yeah, they do a great job. Well, Connor Smith, the pinch runner, advances to second on the 6-3 putout. He's pinch running for Tate Collins. And here's Harrison Engskov. And a little strategy discussion before facing the Warriors' third baseman.
Ward and Crecilius right there, likely going over the scouting report, what they've done so far this game. That's what you got on them armbands. How do you want to attack these hitters? Harrison Engskov, of course, earlier this game, drew a walk and then flew out to shortstop. So they'll likely go right after him right here with that runner in scoring position.
So the go-ahead runner in scoring position in the bottom of the 6th, one away. First pitch to Engskov. Pops this one up. It goes out of play behind us.
And Lawson Ward is a very cerebral catcher back there. He can almost dictate from memory the pitch sequence that they've done to each batter during the game. It's one thing I was very impressed with him all season and last summer. Making sure they're on the same page right here. Every pitch is important right now, Kyle. I think Valley View may be setting something up at second base. You may see the shortstop flash in behind him. The flash play for all the baseball fans out there. The second baseman will clear and shortstop will come in right behind him. Just out in front of that one. Engskov would like to have that one back.
Yeah, he thought he had that.
He's saying stay through it, stay through it.
That was a sweeping curve, though. That is a tough pitch to hit.
It was. Hands back, just not back long enough.
0-2 pitch now. Check the runner back at second.
And that's what we were talking about a second ago. Crecilius checking back there. The second baseman will give him an open hand or a glove hand, and usually whatever read it is throw the baseball. As soon as that second baseman clears, usually Crecilius is taught to go to the plate.
Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for out number 2.
Great pitch right there, coming off that curveball. Smith was out in front on a little bit. Speed him up a little bit, slow him down.
And now Clay Smith, the first baseman, as Engskov goes down on strikes. And Connor Smith, the pinch runner, remains at second base.
Clay Smith's had a rough night so far at the plate.
Couple strikeouts. Did he go? He did. Another look here.
Yeah. the first base umpire, he's reading barrel at that point. And of course, as we talk about in high school baseball, they're reading intent. If he intended to swing, they're going to get it.
0-1 is in there. A breaking ball, strike 2. Clay Smith trying to find a way to drive in Connor Smith, who represents the go-ahead run in this 3-3 game.
Crecilia's doing a really good job of pitching in reverse right here. You've seen curveball, curveball. They've gotten Smith out with the high fastball a couple of times. Let's see if they go back to it.
Well, these two pitchers work so quickly, but they have slowed down the tempo knowing the situation.
They do. They're taking their time, making sure, like we said, every pitch counts in this situation. They want to make sure what the pitching coach calls, that Ward relays to Crecilius, everybody's on the same page.
Oh, 2.
Good setup pitch right there. Good 0-2 pitch. Play calling bands is not just for football anymore. A lot of coaches and fans say it slows the game down, and you know, the pitch calm in college baseball, but if you know what you're doing out there, it doesn't slow the game down.
1-2, swing and a miss. You have to throw down, and they don't.
Ball got away a little too far from Ward back there.
That one sort of dribbled away and stopped.
Breaking ball was way off the plate. Smith went after it, and Ward just could not get in front of it.
The Warriors will take it any way they can get it at this point in the game. You see that one just dribble away softly. So now a little strategy with Crecilius here.
Coach Allison coming out. Guys, don't panic. Got first and third situation, just like we did a while ago.
You see the bullpen empty.
Yep. Want to make sure, look, if they leave early, if they try to force a balk right here, keep your composure. Get the out. Don't get the run. They're playing to stop the run right here. That's what Allison's telling his team right here.
So the pinch runner, Connor Smith, advanced to third.
Correct.
First baseman 13, Pete Greenwood.
So they're going to pinch run right here and likely re-enter Clay Smith. So get a little bit of speed, a little bit more speed on the base paths right here.
Connor Smith at third.
Number 13, Pete Greenwood, is the pinch runner at first base.
Runners at the corners. It's the runner on third that matters to take the lead here. And the first pitch to Nate Gross, a strike.
And they let Greenwood go to second with indifference right there. They're working on the batter. That's what they want to get.
Gross led off the last inning with a base hit and wound up scoring.
Well, he could come through big right here with a base hit in the same spot.
That was Christian's second run. Fouls this one back. Boy, Ward has taken a couple off the face mask.
It's the second time Ward been hit tonight. That's tough. That one was right square. It's the same spot too, right there on the forehead. It's a tough one.
Feature Razorback walking it off. No fun.
Tell you what, Kyle, the junior class right now in the state of Arkansas, and you see a lot of the talent in this game with Caldwell, Ward, Crecilius for Valley View, and then you got Jackson Kircher for Little Rock Christian. so much Power 5 talent and guys that will succeed at the next level because they come from programs that run themselves like collegiate programs, you know, the way they practice and go about things. That's what they get these young men ready for the next level. That's why you see so many of these young men from Arkansas playing as freshmen and succeeding. Home plate umpire John Duncan doing a good job of making sure his guy's okay, because at the end of the day, he's what protects Duncan.
So Connor Smith is at third, Pete Greenwood at first. Or second, excuse me. The pitch into right center, and it is caught to keep this one tied. Little Rock Christian strands 2, and we head to the 7th. 3-3. You're watching the Centennial Bank Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
During the past year, we've been traversing the natural state with our cinematic drone. From lakes and rivers, waterfalls, scenic byways, mountains, swamps, overlooks, and towering rock formations. This unique documentation of all 4 seasons from all 4 corners of the state with an aerial cinematic perspective will give you, the viewer, an Arkansas adventure like never before, exploring Arkansas from above.
Download the PBS video app or watch online.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Local broadcast of Arkansas PBS programming is made possible in part by Community Bakery. Scratch-made breads, pastries, cakes, treats, and locally roasted coffees. Served daily at 2 locations in Little Rock, 1200 Main and 270 Shackelford.
We never gonna stop.
A special thank you to Conway Corp for their help setting up the event and broadcast. Conway Corp was formed in 1929 to support education in Conway, and more than 90 years later, serving the community and its educational needs remain a core value. Learn more about the nationally recognized utilities provided for the community at conwaycorp.com.
Get a seat anywhere, you can get one tonight. 3-3 ball game. Last inning, the 7th here. It is 8-9-1. For Valley View, this is Noah Ragsdale.
It's standing room only, and I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of people standing up here in this 7th inning.
Ragsdale's 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts. Kyle Deckelbaum, Kevin Bohannon, and our Arkansas PBS Sports crew here at UCA in Conway. Ragsdale squaring up to bunt, lays it down, back to the pitcher, throw to first in time.
Ragsdale trying to make something happen right there, get it down the third baseline, but Reese Torini doing a great job of fielding his position and getting him at first base. Trying to make something happen, trying to get that run across, maybe pressing a little bit.
Now Jade Taylor. 1 for 2 with a base hit to left in the 5th.
Had a really good sharp single his last time up.
Yeah, no surprise to see these 2 pitchers go the distance.
Yeah, and you got Torini on the mound right now, and you can tell his velocity is still there because you see a lot of right-handed hitters for Valley View are still late on that inside fastball. They can't get the barrel out in front of it.
Taylor with a big cut. down on strikes. 2 down. 8 strikeouts in the game now.
Great
Reese
job.
Torini.
Yeah, great job by Torini right there. Kyle going in, out. What's the last one? Center cut. You dance with the one that brought you. Give him the heater.
So now the top of the order, Drew Gartman. A heater down the middle there.
Great glove work by Charlie Carter back there. That one might have been a little bit off the plate, but great presentation by the senior.
Just missing.
For 6 2/3 innings, it just shows you how great pitcher Reese Torini is. Still spotting up in the 7th inning.
Gartman, a .350 hitter, fouls this one back. .437 on base percentage. And as we've mentioned, the shortstop has 5 of this team's 9 home runs this season. Stays alive. Didn't think we'd see anything different than this.
That's exactly right. Top 2 teams in Class 5 here for the entire season. Wire to wire, preseason all the way to now, Kyle. Giving us all we want in Conway tonight.
He is staying alive there. Gartman.
Fouled off the last 3 pitches right here on a 1-2 count. Torini's going fastball every time right here. Let's see if he goes to something else.
Upstairs, 2-2.
Good setup pitch. That's the old shake fastball. Give it a little shake, throw the fastball. Kind of getting ahead of the hitter a little bit. Think you're shaking off the fastball, going to the off speed. Nope, go right back to the heater.
Got him. Just hits the outside part of the zone. Back-to-back Ks, 9 on the day for Torini, and he has given his team a chance to walk it off for their first state championship. On we go to the bottom of the 7th in a tie game. Another look at the pitch here. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month in Passport on the PBS video app.
He was a Chinese immigrant who created his own century-long American dream.
It was really a lot of fun.
If a lot of people put their mind to it, they can win.
These are stories about what it meant to be resilient.
It's a tale of triumphs and tragedies, of incredible invention and creativity.
These and other shows from Arkansas PBS are available with Passport on the PBS video app.
For students, it's always more fun to include the arts when you're learning. I mean, just to have expression, to see different forms of entertainment, it always just makes it more fun. And when I heard that my mother was recording different sections that teachers were gonna see, I was excited for the students who will get to use it in their classroom.
Arkansas PBS is a place where everyone can see themselves, where everyone can find themselves, where everyone can be a part of something bigger than themselves.
1, 2, 3.
Come along July 5th for a new season of Rise and Shine. Each weekday, a group of all-star Arkansas teachers will share many lessons right on your TV to help kids in kindergarten through 5th grade continue learning between school years.
So on we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, a tie ball game. Little Rock Christian a chance to walk it off here. New pitcher, for Valley View to try to send this thing to extras. Replacing Grisilius is Slade Caldwell. 52 innings pitched in 16 games. A 7-0 record. And perhaps the best all-around player in the state is going to head to the mound here.
Yeah, what you can expect from Slade Caldwell. Fastball 82 to 84. Really good 12-6 curveball, Kyle. And like any left-handed pitcher, the first pitch they learn, really good circle change. Run it away from those right-handed hitters. But the curveball, and like Coach Josh Allison said, Caldwell's been really their bulldog, and he doesn't like to have a 1A or 1B. He's got weekend starters in Grisilius and Caldwell, so
well, Coach Josh Allison told us, if I were going to go down with anybody on our team, it's Slade.
That's right. Game on the line, season on the line. He wants the ball in his hands.
9-1-2 in the lineup. For Little Rock Christian, this is Will Kaufman. And a triple. RBI in the 5th. Another defensive replacement. Gavin Tice playing center field. Strikeout number 1 for Caldwell.
Well, 3 straight fastballs right there. Little Rock Christian getting a little dose of their own medicine. Good arm side run right off the outside corner of the plate. All three pitches. And you know the intensity of this situation. Slade Caldwell is going to show that emotion, Kyle.
Here's Cade Bowman. How about being put in this spot?
Well, and it's like Coach Allison said, he doesn't care. He's the same person, whether they're up, down. He wants to be in this situation. That's what makes him such a great player.
That one gets away from him.
A little slippery right there. Decided to hit the bull on that one. Got away from him a little bit.
And going right at the sign.
Yep. It's Caldwell's second appearance on the mound in the state tournament. He got the start for the Blazers in round 1 versus Mountain Home. Struggled a little bit. Gave up 3 runs in the first inning, but he got out of it, and Valley View came back to win 13-3. Where Lawson Ward is going to need an ice bath after tonight.
No kidding. Set one up on the bus on the way back.
Yeah.
Bowman had an RBI in the 5th, walked, and wound up scoring in the 1st.
It'll be interesting to see if Valley View goes ahead and gets out of this inning, what Little Rock Christian does in the top of the 8th. If they stay with Torini, or they go with Kircher or Gross.
Fouling out of play.
Yeah, saw that 12-6 curveball there by Caldwell. Really good late bite to it.
He's just got a knack for getting good hitters out, Caldwell. Bowman pops this one up, carries into right. Roach moves back and gets under it. A last-minute adjustment, but it's out number 2.
Usually those high fly balls to right field usually find a way to work their way back towards the part of the field. So Roach did a really good job of keeping his feet under, and you can see right here, camped out under it, got there, and then came back a little bit, had that side spin.
Jackson Kircher, 1 for 3.
Caldwell tried to gas it up a little bit right there, kind of overthrew it.
An Ole Miss commit against an Oklahoma commit. Swing and a miss.
Talked to a lot of college coaches back during the summer and first part of the fall, and you know, Kircher being a right-handed hitter kind of hurt him in his recruiting. He said if he was a left-handed hitter throwing 91, 93, he would have already been offered. So glad OU came in late.
Kircher swings through that one, 1-2.
Well, you got to stay on Caldwell's fastball. It's got some really good late movement. Look at it right here. Good tail towards the end of the zone. Got a little bit of sinking action to it.
He gets Kircher to pop this one up in the infield. Caldwell moves over himself, calls everybody off, and he's fired up as he heads to the dugout. He just sent this game into extras. We'll play another frame to decide the 5A championship in Conway. You're watching the Centennial Bank Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
Bought it because I loved it.
Find out if Leslie loves it too next time on Antiques Roadshow from Little Rock, Arkansas.
At a time when America has become increasingly divided, it's important to consider the things that connect us.
His vision is broader than the American Revolution.
The things that he spoke of, that he wrote about, had a certain amount of power.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
Let me take you for a ride on the baseline.
Hey, sports fans, experience the action all over again next week. Watch all the championship games and Arkansas PBS sports features at youtube.com/Arkansas PBS.
Yeah, this is one you may want to go back and watch a week from now.
Absolutely.
Who knows what's in store here? Extra innings to decide the 5A championship here at Bear Stadium in Conway. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday night. Away we go. Slade Caldwell to lead things off. And how about Kevin, Little Rock Christian riding their ace here, Reese Torini.
Yeah, you're already gone 7 right here, and you got to think maybe he's on a short leash, but Little Rock Christian's going to ride it with the one that brought him to the dance, and Torini's had such a great season, a great career. They're going to go out with their ace.
Slade Caldwell's been all over the base paths. And you think back to that play where they aggressively sent him home and he was tagged out.
Yeah, you got to wonder
the difference.
Yeah, you got to wonder if you're going all in a little early right there. But hey, I'm never going to second guess Josh Allison. He's been to 3 of these in a row. You got Caldwell 0 for 2 this game. He's due for a hit, hitting .518 on the year.
He is up there hacking.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about 2-strike approach earlier in the Harding Academy game, and you've seen it some this game as well, but 2-strike approach for Slade Caldwell is he's going to let it eat. Think of John Daly with the driver.
Full count.
Charlie Carter set up about 8 inches off the plate right there. You're not going to get that. Even though Torini hit a spot, that ball's outside.
Down the middle, he got him. Oh boy, Torini digging deep. He strikes out the best all-around player in the state. Out number 1 in the top of the 8th.
Brought it back over just enough to get the strikeout right there. That's going to be it for Torini tonight. He's reached his pitch limit. Great outing by Reese Torini. Great career.
10 strikeouts in this one. He holds this powerful Valley View lineup to 3 runs. And he gets a nice round of applause and high fives from his team. And we will step aside for a second to set up Little Rock Christian's next pitcher here in this tie game in the 8th. You're watching the Centennial Bank Baseball Championships at Arkansas PBS Sports.
I celebrated my 5th birthday, and it was a few weeks after that the soldiers came. We saw 2 soldiers marching up our driveway, and literally at gunpoint, we were ordered out of our home.
And so you end up in a place called
Rohr, R-O-H-W-E-R, Arkansas, locked up. And the amazing thing is, thousands of young Japanese American men and women went from behind those barbed wire fences, leaving their family in imprisonment to fight for this country. Those that perished on those bloody battlefields and had their coffins covered with the American flag, those flags were brought back to their wives or their parents still behind American barbed wire fences. Those incredible, crazy young men who fought and died for this country, they were the greatest generation. They made my America possible.
New pitcher for Little Rock Christian here in this tie game of the 8th. Extra innings. Jackson Kircher, the Oklahoma commit. They have used him as a closer twice in the state tournament. He is a monster on the mound. Started against Valley View in April, pitched pretty well, gave up some 2-strike hits in that one.
Yeah, what you can expect for Kircher is smoke on the water, Kyle. He hit 91, 93 with his fastball. That was against Small Mill. He's likely going to work 88 to 90, but he can run it up there a little bit quicker. So depending on how long they want to keep him in this game, and they're putting the season in his hands right here. I really like him as a pitcher at the next level as well. You're going to see a slider, kind of a slurve. He's got a little slurve action. The slider plays really well off the plate. And he's got a pretty good changeup that he's developing.
Well, he's facing 3, 4, 5 here. Owen Roach.
Starts him off with a slider.
Torini, meanwhile, went to right field, replacing Kircher. Owen Roach, 3 for 3 in this game. And there's Torini. What an outing. 7 1/3, 107 pitches, 10 strikeouts. Just one of those runs earned. He looked like he's giving it all.
Yeah.
Like he is catching his breath in the outfield. That's when you least want to have to make a long run for a ball.
Bulldog competitor, though. You know he's going to give it his all out there as well.
Kircher, good pitch, 2-2.
Yeah, we've seen some velocity in this tournament. Cade Smith, Still Leaves, the 2 starters tonight. But you're seeing the best velocity of the weekend right here with Jackson Kircher.
Wines pauses, delivers, and Roach sends this one into right, and it's caught.
Looks like they moved Tate Collins over to right field and put Reese Torini in left.
Now batting catcher Lawson Ward.
Power on power right here, Kyle.
Lawson Ward, the catcher.
See that really good tight slider by Jackson Kircher right there. 79 to 81 on that. She's got really good depth to it. Really good break at the end.
Future Razorback is 0 for 3 with an RBI in the 5th. Inside.
You see Kircher when he's in the windup, he goes to a rock step and he may step back a couple times like he's pumping it up a little bit. Gets a little extra juice behind it.
Sends this one out to left field. Terrani's got a run for it. Plays it off the bounce. Gets it back to short. They get to second, and they got him. Oh boy, Ward was trying to stretch it. And Terrani gets it back in with an easy throw. I'm not sure if Ward stopped at some point on the base paths there, but either way, he's out, and we head to the bottom of the 8th, tied at 3. You're watching the Centennial Bank Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports. Look at this.
Can you see her greatness? When you attend her games, when you cheer her on, or when you participate in any way, you support your community and make it better, and you will see her greatness. Join us as we pledge to increase the visibility of women's sports in our communities. It makes a difference when we all are involved. At Everett Buick GMC, we proudly support our local female athletes and encourage you to do the same. See her greatness.
Arkansas, what's in your attic? Find out what your heirlooms, antiques, and collectibles are worth. Join us for the filming of a brand new show, Arkansas Treasures. This special event happens at the Arkansas PBS Studios in Conway on August 5th and 6th. Tickets will go quickly, so guarantee your spot by calling or visiting our website. If your item and story are selected for filming, you may end up on our show. Your treasure may be worth more than you know.
1, 2, 3, hurry up! What's going on, man? Let's go!
Sports fans, if you love seeing these televised high school sport championships, please consider making a gift to Arkansas PBS today.
Arkansas PBS done a tremendous job. We thank the crew, and hey, Valley View has run themselves into some outs in this game. That's a big part of the storyline here.
Boy, they really have. You think back to the Slade Caldwell getting thrown out at home earlier in the 5th inning, and that was really big, for Reese Terrani in that situation, first and third situation. And then we're not really sure what happened to Lawson Ward right there, if he was thinking too off the bat, because it was down the line, but it didn't get very far down the line. Reese Terrani came up on a one-hop, made the throw. Cade Bowman did a great job of cutting it and getting the runner at second base. Kaufman had the tag on to get Ward.
So 3, 4, 5 hitters for Little Rock Christian. Charlie Carter, Tate Collins, and Reese Terrani. Carter, first pitch swinging. He is 0 for 3.
Charlie Carter lined out to shortstop in the 3rd inning, hit the ball right on the nails, right on the screws. Hasn't been able to get extended yet this game.
Came in with a 361 batting average. Called a great game behind the plate, too. Gets a hold of this one, out to left field. It is foul.
I don't know how foul it was, but just talked about him getting extended on one, and he did right there. Great at bat by Charlie Carter right here. Slade Caldwell goes with the fastball, 0-1 count, long foul ball. Then goes right back to the 12-6.
Really hit it in this ballpark to send that one out like that.
Charlie Carter has it. He's got 5 home runs on the year.
0-2 pitch. Just missing the outside 3rd.
Good pitch by Caldwell there. Just a little off the plate. Caldwell's got to be thinking he can't come back inside to Carter after that, but Caldwell's the competitor. He can do it.
I think he had to have thought this game was over like the rest of us.
That's exactly right.
Sends this one out to right field. It's a base hit. And Little Rock Christian has the winning run at first base.
Great at bat by Charlie Carter right there. I mean, that was a great pitch by Caldwell. I mean, down the zone away. Carter goes down and gets it. We got a replay of it right here. Look at that. Senior catcher goes down and gets it to get on base. Great hitting right there by Charlie Carter, the OSU signee.
So now Tate Collins, the cleanup hitter. And an RBI single in the first. Walk to lead off the sixth. Grounded out to third to begin the fourth. Came in as a .326 hitter.
We'll have a courtesy runner for Carter. Number 33, William Bratton again.
Collins pops this one up. Shortstop Gartman moving out there into shallow center field, and he makes the catch.
Great job by Gartman right there, taking control, knowing it's not Slade Caldwell in center field, so take a little bit of control and go get the baseball.
We have been tied since the fifth inning of this one. It was 1-0 Little Rock Christian, then 3-2 Valley View, and then Little Rock Christian tied it up.
Well, you think
Bratton gets back.
Yeah, I think Reese Torini, he's been in this situation already once this tournament in the first round with it tied. Runners on base. He wasn't facing Slade Caldwell in the Hot Springs Lakeside game.
Torini fouls it back. 107 pitches in this game, 10 strikeouts for Torini. And now the bat in his hands.
Yep. And only one of those 3 Valley View runs were earned.
Good pitch. Isn't that amazing for these two pitchers?
Yeah, 10 total combined hits in this game. What a night.
Off goes Bratton to second. The throw. And they got him. Out number 2. Warriors getting a little aggressive there.
Yeah, you don't know if they were going on first movement or if that was a read by the runner right there. Bratton, Caldwell did a really good job. Straight up, straight down. He didn't balk. Got him and threw him out.
Now Torini swings and misses. And the throw down to first. And we play on to the 9th. 3-3 game in this 5A championship on a Saturday night in Conway. You're watching the Centennial Bank Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Hi campers, it's me, Blueberry. The countdown to fun starts in 3, 2, 1. Voila! Hold on to your hats, friends! Blueberry's Clubhouse coming back this summer.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first. By empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charity, education, and exceptional service, because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
We never gonna stop.
Get to know the South's most compelling and influential authors, musicians, and more in Southern Storytellers, starting July 18th on Arkansas PBS.
What a story unraveling here. 3-3 game to decide the 5A championship, our second extra inning. We're in the top of the ninth, and the first pitch to Harrison Enskove is in there. Jackson Kircher remains on the mound for Little Rock Christian. Enskove 0 for 2 with a walk in this one.
Keaton Mathis up to bat right now.
Into center, sliding catch. Did he make it? He did. Wow, what a play.
Really good break on the ball right there by Nate Gross. I thought it might have rolled up behind him for a minute, but he hung on to it. Great play by the senior OBU signee. Look at this. Great play. If he's right-handed, Kyle, he doesn't make that catch.
Excellent job. So now Tyler Hoskins, the DH. Swing and a miss.
Hoskins a little too anxious right there. He's been a very disciplined hitter this all season long and all game. He had that big hit earlier in the game.
These two pitchers are a reminder of the depth of the pitching staffs. You got a couple workhorses to get him into the seventh, and then you bring out this kind of talent in Kircher and Caldwell.
Yeah, Reese Treaty goes 7 1/3. Oh, we're going to bring in 91 to 93. No big deal.
Pitch to Hoskins is inside. An RBI base hit in the fourth. Lands that curveball in there. 2 outs.
Now you see the talent of Jackson Kircher right there. Hoskins been late on fastball, late on fastball. Look, he just drops this right in there. Just jelly-legged him. He knew it right away.
Walk away. So Casey Becker. 0 for 2, hit by a pitch in the fourth. Struck out in his last at-bat in the sixth.
Said he didn't go around. Said he held up.
Gets just a piece of it. A dribbler to short. It's going to be a tough play. Throw to first. Safe.
Really good play by Cade Bowman right there to get that ball on the run. Good throw. Clay Smith just couldn't quite hold on to it at first.
Another look here. Just a soft tapper, almost at a no man's land a little bit.
Thought the ball was, but it hit the short hop over there at Clay Smith at first base. Couldn't quite hold on to it.
And so now Noah Ragsdale.
Tell you what, Kyle, if we were playing with wood bats, that bat would have been shattered into a million pieces.
Loud noise.
Yeah.
Ragsdale's 0 for 3. On the ground to third. Played cleanly. Throw across the diamond. On we go, tied at 3 to the bottom of the ninth. Little Rock Christian with another chance to walk off here. What's going to happen? You're watching the Centennial Bank Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
this month on Arkansas PBS.
I know your grandfather will never consent to me.
Is it not perfectly dreadful, Harriet, to learn that our niece's honor is now certainly lost? Fearfully romantic, though.
Elizabeth? She's missing and I'm worried sick.
Mom.
You don't believe me?
You've got to stop all this nonsense. The world-famous thief.
Father Brown's friend and nemesis is in trouble.
Flambeau is now a killer. For once, I'm innocent.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
Welcome back to Conway. I want to give a big shout out to the entire Arkansas PBS sports crew. It takes a team to put on these broadcasts, and we are in number 12 of 12. And a great job by everyone, the camera crew, everyone who's run wire, punched the board. It takes a crew to pull this off, and they overcame some hurdles for sure this week, and they have done a tremendous job. So a thank you to the entire crew. And we're making them work late here on Saturday night. 6, 7, 8 batters. Harrison Engskopf leading things off here in the bottom of the ninth of this tied 5A championship game. Gets a hold of this one. Engskopf will be aboard as the go-ahead runner at first. The winning run, I should say, at first.
Yeah, second inning in a row that the leadoff hitter for Valley View's gotten on base. Charlie Porter, of course, last inning got on with the single to right field, and Engskopf follows up this time with a single to left.
So now Clay Smith, the first baseman. 3 strikeouts, but he reached on that drop third strike in the 6th.
First baseman Clay Smith.
I wonder if we might see a change right here. Brandon Eller looked like he's he's making his play call.
What a game.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to be putting the bunt on right here to get that runner in scoring position. Gross he put the bat on the ball just about every time up the bat tonight, so that sets up a good situation for a runner in score position if he can get the bunt down.
Yeah, so is Kaufman behind him.
Exactly.
Smith showing bunt. Throw to first, and it's a pinch runner over there, Cole Davis. Smith squaring up, pulls back, throw down to first. Davis back in time.
Keaton Mathis with a little gamesmanship right there, acting like the ball got past him. To no avail, the runner was back okay. There's a strike call on that one.
Yeah, there's some confusion about the count. You hear the crowd.
This is a called strike. Umpire called it a strike.
So 0-1. Smith squares up again. The check down to first.
Checking right there, Kyle. So they're not going on first movement thinking that he's going to get the bunt down. If the ball comes straight back to Caldwell, you could get a double play situation right here with Smith running. Another thing that surprised me so far is the first 2 pitches right here have been fastballs. Yeah, such good curveball right here. That would be really tough for Smith to get the bunt down.
Caldwell comes set, delivers. And the bunt goes foul.
All right, do you roll the dice right here with 2 strikes?
I want to say we've seen Little Rock Christian do that in this game.
Yeah, a few times. Caldwell keeping them honest over there at first base.
Those all-white uniforms getting some work in.
A little black on them tonight.
Nice and clean when you come in off the bench.
Tell you what, though, Kyle, you're talking about the gold Brewer-style uniforms and then the all-whites. Both of these teams have about 4 different uniform sets, and they're some of the best in the state. You know, Valley View can go all blue, and then Little Rock Christian has a green top that looks really sharp.
Pitch to Smith, swing and a miss, down on strikes. 1 away. Second strikeout for Slade Caldwell.
Clay Smith's 4th strikeout on the night. Tough night for the first baseman.
So now 1 down for Nate Gross. He's followed by Will Kaufman, and then the top of the order, Cade Bowman, if they can get there. The lefty Gross fouls it away.
Gross has a really nice swing. I know, he's going to OBU as a pitcher, but he's done a great job tonight with the bat in his hands. Good swing, good contact hitter.
If you're just joining us, tuning in late, kind of hearing about this game, probably more talent on the field in this game than any other. That's a base hit. It goes into right field. Davis is hustling around second. He's headed to third. He'll stop there. The winning run, he's at third.
Right fielder kind of kicked the ball right there a little bit. Owen Roach overran it, had to come back and get it. Allowed the runner to get from first to third in a situation, and Gross to advance. We just talked about the .328 hitter on the season. Has the biggest hit of his career right there. And you bet that they'll load the bases right here with Kaufman to force the double play and bring Cade Bowman up. Coach Josh Allison's going to make a mound visit to get some strategy going right here and talk through the situation.
This is Little Rock Christian's 3rd state title appearance, 06 and 2013. They've never won one. Will Kaufman has that RBI triple in the 5th. That scored Nate Gross.
Let's see what happens right here. I don't know if they're going to put him on or not. You know, the runners behind the runner at third don't mean anything right now, because that's the winning run right there at third base. So, yeah, I think they're going to put him on. If not, they're going to allow Caldwell to go after him right here, especially being the bottom of the lineup.
Cole Davis, pinch runner at third, represents the winning run in this game. The pitch is in there for a strike to Kaufman.
Maybe one of those situations where they throw to him a few times. If Caldwell gets behind for some reason, they may intentionally walk him, but it's an interesting call right here. Splitting hairs right there, Kyle, just off the outside corner. John Duncan's had a really good zone back there behind the plate tonight.
There's a look at Davis on third, healthy lead.
Tough situation with the left-handed pitcher and the runner at third base.
1-1 to Kaufman. Yes, missing. Well, we have seen the dangers of that in this game. Although to Reese Torini's credit, he was able to spot it and prevent Slade Caldwell from scoring from third.
Did not panic, just stepped off and made the throw to Carter for the tag back in the 4th inning.
2-1. Fouls it away.
And you kind of hear the crowd out there with every swing of the bat. Everybody's sitting on pins and needles right now. And this is what you want in Arkansas high school baseball.
This is as good as it gets right here.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
2-2. Upstairs, it's a full count with the winning run on third base here in the bottom of the ninth.
You got to wonder if it's in the back of Slade Caldwell's mind right now. As good as his curveball is, it does have a lot of late bite to it back there. So he's been real heavy fastball so far, especially with the runner on third.
Just missing there, and so it loads the bases, and it brings up the top of the order. Cade Bowman is going to have a chance to win it all for Little Rock Christian.
Went back to the curveball right there, a little outside. It was up and out. It wasn't really that close. Wasn't a competitive pitch for Kaufman, but now you flip around to the top of the lineup with Cade Bowman. The junior has a chance to be big right here for the Warriors. Now you have the force at every bag, which is what the intentional walk was set up, so it played out just about like we thought it would.
Davis, Kaufman, and Gross are on. Fouls this one back. Davis is the one that batters at third.
That's right. So you got your infield in right now. They're playing up. They're playing for the out at home. You got your outfield there. They're very shallow out there. They want a chance that there's a ball in front of them, they throw the runner out, tagging up from third. Anything over their head, they won't throw him out anyway, so that's what they're playing for right here.
Look at the runners on. Bowman, the consummate leadoff hitter, gets on base. 0-1 pitch is in there.
Tough pitch right there. Really good location by Caldwell. He's missed off the plate just a little bit. He brought it back just enough, and great job by Lawson Ward behind the plate. We're talking about your leadoff hitter. 495 on the season, good on base percentage, two-strike approach right here.
Have to imagine his older brother, who plays for UCA on this field, is watching right now.
Yeah.
0-2. Sends this into center field. Diving attempt gets by him. It's a walk-off for the Warriors' first state championship.
What a great job. Great two-strike hitting by Cade Bowman right there. Lines it to center field. Diving attempt right there. Couldn't get it. Congratulations to Coach Brandon Eller on their first state championship for the Little Rock Christian Warriors. What a great high school baseball game, Kyle.
My goodness. Top two teams in 5A put on quite the show. And you see, it's not just the dog pile for the team. I think half of Little Rock Christian High School's out there to celebrate with them as well. And hey, well deserved. Congratulations to the Warriors. What a game. A walk-off in extras. Little Rock Christian, 5A state champs. We'll come back, show you the trophy presentation, wrap this wild one up when we come back. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Want to see even more Arkansas stories? Subscribe to Arkansas PBS on YouTube for original productions, extras from your favorite local programs, behind-the-scenes videos, and our exclusive coverage of high school sports. All available on demand and all Arkansas made. Don't miss out on more great Arkansas stories. Subscribe now.
We all know the best ways to take care of our teeth, like brushing twice a day and flossing once a day. But there's another small thing you can do that protects your teeth in a big way. If you or your child is involved in contact sports, wearing a mouth guard is important to protect teeth. Mouth guards cover teeth and gums to prevent and reduce injury to teeth, lips, and gums. There are several varieties of mouth guards, so you can find one that is affordable and easy to use. A mouth guard should fit properly, be durable and easy to clean, and not restrict speech or breathing. Talk with your dentist about which mouth guard is best for you or your child's needs. At Delta Dental of Arkansas, We're proud to be the champions of your smile. For more helpful oral health tips and information, visit www.deltadentalar.com.
Well, this one had the potential to be the matchup of the weekend. Things don't always live up to their billing, but this one certainly did. You see the entire crowd on their feet. This was as packed as you'll ever see a stadium. Quite the atmosphere and a perfect night, and what an ending in the bottom of the ninth as Cade Bowman walks it off for the Warriors, and it's Little Rock Christian's first state championship. There's Valley View about to accept the runner-up trophy for the second straight season. Heartbreak for another year losing in extras.
That's exactly right. They lost to Harrison last year in 10 innings and lose this year to Little Rock Christian in 9. But with the underclassmen with Valley View right now, you know they're going to be back next year. Coach Josh Allison said, look, they won 29 last year and finished second. They won 29 again this year. Finished runner-up, but they could do it again next year. This program is not going anywhere, Kyle.
Yeah, they barely want to touch that trophy, but something tells me they'll be back here next season with the motto of some unfinished business.
Yeah, Coach Josh Allison's built a great culture there over the last 8 years, and you know, I've been in that situation before, Kyle. And you're talking about it's tough touching that trophy because at the end of the day, you lost your last one, but at the end of the season, only one team can finish their season with a win.
And now Little Rock Christian accepting that state championship trophy. You see all their student classmates on the field as well to celebrate along that dugout. Well, that's a well-earned trophy to beat this Valley View team.
It definitely is. And, you know, Kyle, this is our 25th year for the Weekend of Champions. The first year was 1999 at Baum Stadium in Fayetteville, so the 25th anniversary, and what a way to end it with a 9-inning game with Little Rock Christian getting their first state championship.
What a game this was. Let's show you how this happened. Boy, this was quite the game, and it's actually Little Rock Christian that came out and led 1-0 early. In the first inning, Tate Collins, the RBI single, driving in Cade Bowman, and Little Rock Christian was up 1-0. To the fourth we go. And how about Valley View getting right back into it? Tyler Hoskins there. And you see the emotion, and then the ball gets away, and Slade Caldwell slides in, and they take the 3-1 lead, and then they add to it in the fifth. Fly out to right, and the run scores. And then Little Rock Christian getting right back into it. They tie this game at 3. RBIs from Will Kaufman and Cade Bowman, as you see there. And what a game, tying this one at 3 until the 9th inning, extra innings. There is Cade Bowman with his second RBI of the game and the walk-off celebration for the Warriors.
And as expected, Kyle, Cade Bowman, the shortstop, is named our 5A state championship game MVP. The big hit, or the sacrifice fly, we thought that ball might get out of here earlier in the game, but the walk-off hit right there to end the game, his second RBI of the game. Cade Bowman is your 5A state championship game most valuable player.
Could have gone to any. Reese Tarini certainly
Absolutely.
Deserving as well.
Yep.
And boy, how about the effort as well from so many guys on Valley View. You see Little Rock Christian celebrating. Listen, we want to thank everybody who's been involved from the Arkansas PBS Sports crew. A tremendous job there from the folks in the control room, working hard. They have done tremendously well. We showed the camera crew out there on the field. There are countless folks that have put wires down farther than we can even imagine to make all this possible and bring these games to you from the baseball and softball fields here in Conway. But a pleasure to do so, and what a fun weekend of champions to wrap up the 2022-2023 school year. It's been a lot of fun.
Absolutely, Kyle, and you know, we're coming back here next year doing it again. UCA has the Weekend of Champions for the next 2 seasons, and I want to thank Arkansas PBS for the opportunity to come back out here and for these young student athletes to come out here and compete like this. There's not many times you can get to a state championship game, much less win one. So this is something that these young men and women will be remembering for the rest of their lives.
It's a first for Little Rock Christian, a state championship, finally getting it done in their third attempts. Yeah, the camera phones are out. They'll remember this for a long time for sure in West Little Rock. So a gigantic thank you. It's been a privilege to bring this entire weekend of champions to you from all of us here at Arkansas PBS Sports. Kevin Bohannon, I'm Kyle Deckelbaum. Have a great night.